Hi there, and welcome to another episode of At the Gigs. I'm one of your hosts, Jared.
I'm neither one of your hosts, Kieran, and this is At the Gigs episode 3. 33?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, episode 33, and we're streaming in the entire world now. 200.
33 in glorious HD.
Yeah,
Or, depending on. Yeah, that's the thing, it could be. I don't know what our, cameras show up on, when they actually get into the podcast. You know, the way webcams always look kind of shit? I
yeah.
guess
I've not.
they look a bit shit. I don't know.
Yeah, so I found the Facebook one looked awful. I find Zoom seems to be a bit sharper. But
Yeah, is this based on internet connection quality, or is it, what's it based on that governs it? Because, yeah, I guess Skype sometimes looks shit. I've been doing them. I've been doing every single version of video chatting throughout this
yeah,
quarantine and everything. And yes, Zoom seems to be the most reliable one. And I'm wondering, is it I don't know how it looks better. Does
yeah.
look
I've
better
definitely had massive problems with Skype, but it's always been with the same person, so I don't know.
though. Okay, yeah. I guess that person needs to get their internet in
Yeah,
order. I guess that's probably the deal. Anyway,
that
sorry.
that is the
On,
key. Sorry, what was that?
on to the music talk. I said.
Yeah, right, that part of the show. Yeah, no, we've got a big fat show. It'll be thick. It'll be fast. It's
Big and
at the gigs. Yeah. So will I run through the news or yeah? I'll give a one over.
so they can click
So
to whatever the video they wanna
oh
listen to.
yeah,
That'll be
that'll be fun. Yeah. Yeah. So the first item is the idea of virtual concerts. And yeah, it's making headlines during the week that Travis Scott did a sort of a live hologram performance on the very popular game Fortnite,
okay.
and it seems quite lucrative. He did. There was four in total. It was a 10. To give a bit of context, it was a 10-minute virtual concert, the game's biggest event ever. And it included four replays spread across 3 days. So there was 27.7 million unique gamers who attended the digital gig, 45.8 million times. And I mean, it seems to matter because the success catapulted his album, The Scots. It debuted at #1 on this week's Hot 100 chart. So there seems to be something worthwhile in all this.
That is literally insane because think about the ratings that TV programs do.
Mm,
You're lucky to get 5 million viewers. In
yeah,
and certainly over here much less. But it's just weird. Imagine having that level of engagement with something where in which they're not only watching your concert but they're actually logged in and they're active participants. Imagine that is attention captured.
yeah. It's so
It's
bizarre. I feel like I'm reading a sci-fi novel.
It really that is truly insane, and but yeah, I guess it shows you how media is moving towards. Well, it's already moved towards. I guess it's an old thing. Everything's the internet now, right? And
Yeah, like you can.
Fortnite enables. Do you think that's the best substitute for a concert, like a live concert in all this? Do you think it's
In,
any kind of
been
semblance of?
well, his concert in question was more like Guitar Hero kind of style.
Yeah.
Um, like I was thinking if you had a VR headset on, maybe you can do that in Fortnite. But like if you could go back in time with VR to a gig and feel it, that'd be pretty cool. But I don't know. I'm still not really sold on what he did. It seems very just video gaming.
Yeah, yeah. From I only you literally sent me the video before this. I scrubbed through it, but yeah, it did just look like watching. I don't know. I've never played Fortnite before, so I guess Fortnite. But I was gonna say GTA. It looked like GTA or something.
Yeah, a bit, didn't it?
But yeah, yeah. Yeah. I don't personally get the appeal. It's so interesting that that game gets such level of engagement. They do other live events, right, on that game?
Yeah, I think other people have performed and probably a way to sell merch. It's a weird world. I don't know. It's like I'm not even avoiding these games, but like, how do
Yeah.
people get so sucked into them where there's this huge culture out of nothing? It's
Yeah. No. No. Totally. Sorry, are we in the rundown section or are we engaging?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was. Yeah, further along with rundown.
We could just engage with them all as we go, I guess, or we could do the rundown. That was like half.
Yeah, yeah. I suppose we've run into this one so much. We should probably finish the run
Yeah,
off of. Okay,
that's
okay.
okay. I was wondering whether I was waiting to say something or whether it was going to be a rundown point. This is a good structure we got here. But yeah, with Travis Scott, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, like we were saying off air, like it's amazing to not know who like a massive celebrity is, right? Like it's weird.
yeah.
I
I
had
feel like such an old guy. Like,
no fucking
don't know
idea
nothing.
who he is. He's probably got a billion Instagram followers or something, and like you hear his name just by existing, but I have no idea like what he is.
No, no. But yeah, he's an innovator. I mean, I suppose it's if you can make money from this, maybe it's just another revenue stream. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm not. I just want to go to a gig again. I don't want to
Yeah,
play.
no, that would be nice. Like a live action gig without having to log in, make a profile, and Fortnite or whatever people do. Just be
There is
cool.
it kind of promotes the discussion of if they could develop the technology more and more. They say like imagine going to a Rolling Stones gig from 1972. I'm like, wow, that'd be cool.
Yeah, no, that would be, yeah. Like I wonder, would you see like where do you stand on holograms? What's your position on that?
Um, yeah, I'm not into it. I saw the 2-pack one at
Yeah,
Coachella on YouTube. Not,
when you
not
were at
a,
Coachella in 2011
I
or
remember
whatever.
that time I was on YouTube. But, no, but I guess just on a technological front, it's cool. But I'm kind of worried that maybe it would be worth going to. So maybe I'm trying to just not try it. But I'm very resistant to the idea.
You know what I think is a better integration of it? Okay, so say like this tour doesn't exist, but say Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr went on a tour together.
Yeah,
I don't know, Ringo opens for Paul or something, and he joins him on stage for a bit. And then, like for two songs, they project George Harrison and John Lennon onto the stage, and they do like
yeah.
two songs like that, and then the rest of it is just normal. I could do two songs.
Yeah, like I do like when there's montages on of the band, or even Queen have done it where they'll get like footage of Freddie in a maybe like where it's just Brian May on acoustic guitar and it's Freddie singing,
Oh, that's
and
cool.
not for the entire song, but like for the last like outro bit,
Yeah.
they'll put up like the footage of him, and it's kind of like time that he is interacting with Brian, and they're both. And that's kind of nice. Like I don't find it like creepy or cheesy. It's like
Yeah.
kind of an homage. But having said that, like I went to a concert at Christmas of Roy Orbison, but it's just the guy dressed as him, and then he acknowledges that he isn't Roy, so he's in character, but then he knows like we're just there for a good time. He's not like being really precious about it.
So that was like a
Uh,
stage show, was it? Like but like with a narration and narrative and all that.
no, they had like their production was a bit basic. Like it was almost like a Premiere Pro. Sorry, no, like a slideshow PowerPoint, kind of
Oh,
just giving you some facts. Like it's a real headed audience, but
yeah.
but the band, yeah, it's just kind of a celebration of his music. But like I think in Elvis, there's like the hologram stuff, but I don't know. I just kind of I'm not curious. I just like could close the box before
Yeah.
everything's not real.
Do it.
But it
Yeah.
doesn't seem like completely negative. It just feels really strange.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I don't necessarily think it's an exploitation thing either. I just think you know, well, you just can't have that anymore. Like, I don't want like a projection of the real thing. Like, if I missed out on the real thing, I don't really care.
Yeah.
That's
No,
it.
there's even talk of they could de-age artists digitally,
Ah,
but
yeah,
then the Stones get more crap for being old. But like, what are we supposed to digitally de-age them?
yeah. So
Like,
wait, for the band themselves,
yeah, I mean, let me see how
that's so just
articulate. Um,
yeah, that's a weird.
it's very strange. Yeah, they
Yeah,
were saying they see potential in digital resurrections of posthumous stars, as well as in the Irishman de-aging of living legends. But they don't really explain it. But
Yeah.
I don't
I
know. It's just
Yeah,
Jesus.
that would not appeal to me in the slightest. I don't think. Like, yeah, like I mean, it's weird because I guess with the aging, they have the pop stars consent or rock stars consent, so
Yeah.
it's not instead of just
No pop stars and at the gigs.
no pop stars. Sorry, almost caught
You
myself.
said the P word.
Pop stars, that's funny. But the rap stars, the country stars, the pop stars, everybody's welcome and at the gigs. But
Yeah.
yeah, I guess at least with the aging, though, they have the alive, any kind of.
Yeah.
So it's not as bad as just maybe a state, kind of milking something or whatever.
Yeah, I suppose going back to your point about if I've missed it, I've missed it. Like, how hungry are people for redo like these do-overs? Like, if I can't make it to a concert, I'll just watch a movie at home. I'm not gonna try and like build
Yeah,
technology where I can be in VR and I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
like. Can you just miss out on things? Can't we just miss out on things?
yeah, and just like and just live with it, live with the regret of missing out in peace.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
carry
that's
that with you.
yeah. Do you think was there ever Nirvana resurrection talk?
Oh,
As
I don't
in
know.
occurred. I mean, I know that there's been versions of the band, but
Yeah, with many
Paul
women singing the
McCartney
songs.
Joan was it Joan Jett? Yeah, Joan Jett.
That rock and roll performance was kind of.
Yeah, no, I never. Well, the Paul McCartney one was surreal actually because I just remembered it before the talk, and I just couldn't believe it happened. I asked you, was it? Did they call themselves Nirvana? I think he hinted that it was a Nirvana revival, and I guess it's officially Sound
It's,
City.
yeah, it's a weird one.
No, it's
Yeah,
funny.
I don't know. I've seen Dave Grohl play "Come as You Are." When he gave up on writing good albums and just started making documentaries, and he did
Yeah, he became a decent average filmmaker.
yeah, all right.
Yeah.
But for the Sounds, not the Sound City one, the other one where they tour cities and record music.
Sonic Highways.
Yeah, that classic title. Um, they play a little bit of "Come as You Are," and it's creepy. Like there's like a ghost in the room. I think like Dave Grohl thinks it's weird to do it as well.
Yeah, no, I'd imagine so. I mean, with such weight, I've been reading or listening to rather, because I don't read books. I consume them orally, as we should do in After Gigs. We're committed
Yeah,
to
you're
listening.
all about the oral.
I've been listening to Mark Lanigan's audiobook though of the Screaming Trees.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, right.
yeah, like just tons of just like it's really just I got it because I was never into the Screaming Trees or Mark Lanigan really, but I started listening to it because I just wanted all the kind of grunge stories and all the kind of gossip. Remember the story went viral about him and Liam Gallagher getting into a fight or something? Do you hear
Oh
about this?
no, I hadn't heard that at all.
It's the most reiterated one, so I guess maybe our listeners have already heard it. But apparently, Screaming Trees supported Oasis in the mid '90s or whatever. And Liam Gallagher went up to him and he said "howling branches" or something. He called them "howling branches." Mark Lanigan apparently challenged them to a fight. And now there's a Twitter spat between the two of them.
Oh my
Mark
god.
Lanigan still wants to fight him. I think Liam Gallagher is being kind of annoying. I don't know what the.
Is Mark Lanigan like a lovable rascal? Because I can get that with Liam. Like he can kind of just be. It's
Yeah.
funny if you can approach it that way.
No, I've always thought Liam Gallagher was quite funny in his he's just himself, isn't he?
Yeah, he
He's
has
just
that rock star
just
persona. He's not a
I
pop
wasn't.
star.
It's exactly that's it. But with Lanigan though, he's very combative. Like every
Yeah.
story in the book is so I punched him in the head. Like it's really that stuff, you know. But it's interesting. Like it's funny and interesting and stuff. But my instinct in that particular story was, yeah, maybe Liam Gallagher was being like a dick or whatever. But you don't start a massive fight over it.
Yeah, no, it sounds funny slagging the name.
Yeah.
Tom Jones had a funny story about John Lennon saying that. Oh, I can't remember now, but like he went up to him. Is it unusual or is it a wanker? And then Tom Jones was like, "You want to fight? I'm from Wales." But then they became good friends. But I think John
Yeah.
Lennon has that. has a Liam Gallagher streak in him. But it's like that they have that they can piss people off who don't have the sense of humor. You know, there's kind of a double
Yeah,
take.
just by
So Mark
being.
Lanigan is in the wrong.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, in this, like, I guess if your instinct is just punch people in the head at every turn, you know, it's a lot. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying the book though. It's funny. He seems like he's mellowed a little bit despite the Twitter head punching.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it was interesting though to kind of be kind of taken to the '90s Seattle grunge scene and everything. And speaking of Nirvana, apparently Chris Novoselic early on in Nirvana, right before they blew up, wanted out. He was tired of Kurt's temperamentalness and everything,
Yeah.
and just take over and all that. Yeah, and he asked Mark Lanigan if he could be the Screaming Trees bassist, and Mark Lanigan advised him apparently to stay with Nirvana because they were like going to be a rocket basically. So
God, it was worthwhile.
imagine getting out of Nirvana right before they blew up. I mean, I guess it's the Beatles thing,
Oh,
right?
the drummer Chad Channing, they like fired him.
Oh, really? Sorry, I didn't even know that.
He was the Bleach player, or at least one of the Bleach players. Like Dave Grohl was a really lucky son of a bitch to play on Nevermind.
Yeah,
to feature on that album as well. Like, God.
Of all ones to get on.
Yeah, God, it's.
No, but yeah. So I guess everybody was, right place, right time. Novoselic, Grohl, all like primed to ride on those coattails. You know?
Yeah, God.
And then to stick around long after he's gone and like have wildly successful, one career and one not at all shameful career on Novoselic part.
Yeah, a career where you don't have to work again, which is
totally
something we can all strive for.
I mean, probably not based off of current album sales, but off of his band that he used to have.
I heard him on the radio, one of those shows, I don't know, on YouTube. But the guy was going, "Hey Chris, you know, like that era, he's just talking about Soundgarden and all that. It's like, so what Starbucks is Kim Taylor working at?"
That's funny.
Like, no, he's not. I wonder, yeah, what kind of money does Kim Taylor have?
Yeah, because it's not as cut and dry. Because Soundgarden, as big as they weren't Nirvana. Having said it, they did the Avengers soundtrack in fucking 2011.
Yeah, it's maybe their second wave like paid the bills more so.
They might have made like fucking money there.
I mean, I don't know how impoverished he was, but
yeah.
God,
hey, when you look back on the grunge scene, like what sticks out to you? Did you make any connections with those bands? Like I seem to reevaluate it on a yearly basis and kind of grow a little bit further from
it. Yeah, I did have a resurgence like a couple of months ago, like for Nirvana. So like I was a huge fan, and then I hadn't really bothered. So yeah, they seem to just kind of come back to me. But yeah, I always feel a bit more of a teenager. I think those emos back in the day when there were emos with the T-shirt really kind of marked that era for me. I was like, oh, okay, those people like.
It's weird, yeah. And the darkness doesn't really attract me anymore as much as maybe like we were talking earlier about like the likes of Alice in Chains and never for me really. I don't know.
I haven't really dipped my toe in at all.
Always liked the more I guess radio friendly Nirvana or Pearl Jam rather. And,
yeah, like just like Dennis Rodman.
That's exactly. Who did he do well in that test or what's the deal?
He did pretty well, but I think he got like 8 out of 10.
I think he got one wrong that I knew for sure. And
the Brendan O'Brien one I thought.
Every other way.
Yeah. He has a really weird way of talking. It's like but I don't know what's the. I think he struggles to project his finished sentences.
Yeah. There was a headline I didn't click into. Him and Eddie Vedder took like a private jet to see Jane's Addiction or something in Las Vegas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but that's
they were a cool band.
Apparently they did that. They were cool.
But yeah, out of Seattle, like I like Soundgarden, but it's the same. It's kind of. I was saying off air that with Nirvana, I'm not really into Bleach. Kind of their most, I suppose, sincerely grunge album, and it's the same with Soundgarden. I have more like, Black Hole Sun, that era. So
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't really pass the grunge test.
Yeah, me neither probably. I actually listened to just the other day some Mad Season. You know Mad Season?
No.
A super group with Lane Staley. Is his name Lane Staley?
Oh, that dead. Oh, is he
Alice
Alice in Chains? Yeah,
It's not Lane Stanley, right? It's Lane Staley, I think.
yeah, Staley.
Staley.
Whatever you said second is correct.
Okay, I think it's Staley. Let's go with that.
Staley. Yeah.
Anyway, but it's him. It's Mike McCready is in it.
Oh, nice.
It's who else is in there? I think Mark Lanigan did bits and pieces on it, but yeah, it's kind of like a more bluesy kind of grunge, which it all sounds pretty good. It's like a little super group. I think they had one album, and that's not bad. That's pretty good.
Nice, good. Yeah, like I think
that they did.
Yeah, like it's the same. We have the age-old discussion about genre and all these movements, but like the Rolling Stones, they're a blues band, but then they have a lot of they have a broad repertoire, and the same Pearl Jam don't really think of themselves as grunge. So
yeah,
I think the music speaks for itself. If it's good, it doesn't really matter about the movement pinning it down.
totally. Yeah, no. As we said at the gigs, subscribe to no particular genre of music, not just rock, every kind.
Every kind. But as we were talking about Nirvana and kind of the continuation of them, there's been a bit of a squabble in the Pink Floyd camp.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Usually well, I mean, it's quite a squabbled terrain, but there's more squabbling this time.
Yeah.
Because I'm so tired. Anyway. Cut this out. Anyway, yeah, so Roger Waters is unhappy with David Gilmour because he claims that David Gilmour thinks that he owns Pink Floyd and doesn't let Roger Waters promote Roger Waters' solo work on the Pink Floyd website. And it seems that since he left in '85, that it's as if David Gilmour owns the band now. And
yeah.
I'd say, yeah, it seems pretty, I suppose at this stage as well, where they're all maybe 70, can we just have some good faith and we were all in Pink Floyd, we all contributed to it, so can't we just post news from me, news from here? But it seems that David Gilmour is more protective, and there is value in the name, but as I just said, I don't know if it matters as much now. If no one's going to tour, if they're not going to do a big Pink Floyd tour in their 70s, can't everyone just enjoy the name?
So Gilmour has not toured under the name Pink Floyd.
Well, you see, that was a bigger dispute, I think, when Roger Waters left, because he stayed as Pink Floyd with the remaining members, David Gilmour. So that would have, I'd say, irked him, because they're playing Wembley, and then Roger Waters is probably, playing somewhere much smaller. And but I think everyone was getting on, and Roger Waters wanted to sort this current thing out just recently, and it's not been solved. But it's amazing how things just can stay acrimonious forever.
Yeah, totally. It is weird. Yeah, you think that they would just use the website as a mutual. It's weird that Gilmour has the keys to the castle of the website, solely.
Yeah, because he has a solo career as well, so he probably has his own website. So I don't know.
This website is pinkfloyd.com is the most contentious website in the world. But I mean, I guess it has to just be out of spite, right? You should let your bandmates promote. If Gilmour himself is promoting on this website, then Waters.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go on this website.
Yeah, I gotta look at the most contentious website
in the world.
Official website.
Even we can't get on the website. It's so exclusive.
Pinkfloyd.com, not a Roger Waters insight. News. Roger Waters is trying to hijack the site. Let me see. Oh, whoa! It's very Gilmore heavy. In June
Oh God.
2019, David Gilmour raised 21.5 million from the Christie's sale of more than 120 of his instruments and artifacts. He gave the
Roger
proceeds.
Waters did not.
Yeah, may as well say that, right? Roger Waters cared. There's so much Gilmore in this. So
That poster actually as well. Jesus, that ain't cool.
David Gilmour live at Pompeii.
Yeah.
For reference, we're looking at pictures of David Gilmour live at Pompeii.
Maybe I can share this screen.
A David Gilmour, Leonard Cohen cover. This is a Gilmour fest. How dare this man? This is despicable. Like, that's actually despicable. If you want to allow Waters to have the same.
Yeah,
You know.
it's really not cool. Yeah, like, would his argument be that he kept the name alive? You know, maybe Roger Waters has been a bit when he, during the 80s being very scorched earth about it, like the band is done, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Maybe David Gilmour thinks, hey, I've been the one. I think they recorded a few albums without Roger Waters after, so like, I've been keeping this thing moving. If I stopped, we don't know what Pink Floyd would be, in the 80s and 90s. So maybe I've kept it moving, the train chugging.
That makes sense.
It's not a
And
direct quote now, but
yeah, while he's busy doing his charity work, he. But it is weird though. I guess when you think about it, Roger Waters has been out of Pink Floyd longer than he was in it.
oh
Right?
God, yeah,
Right? Surely.
yeah.
So I guess maybe Gilmour, maybe it's squatters' rights, but the squatter being a valid band member.
As soon as he'd been out of the band longer than he'd been in it, they just cut him.
As the old saying goes, you lose access to your official website once you've been out of the band longer than you've been in it. Yeah,
it's weird. Maybe, like, if you let him in, then it's just, I don't know, the page gets complicated because there's just so much, like, Roger Waters has so much going on himself. I mean, he tours like a madman and he's filling out stadiums himself, so he's not like I don't know. It's funny he's so hurt considering he's making as much money as David Gilmour's been making with Pink Floyd. So, like, he still gets his own name is worth something. So it's kind of funny how, like, wounded he could be about it. But
Roger Waters' The Wall, was that like a stage production?
yeah, and he was. Yeah, they did the whole the whole Wall album, and they had props and whatnot, and he was like, it was a Roger Waters tour. He was singing and everything. So I mean, that was probably bigger than the last couple. I don't know, David. Yeah. And he bagged all the money. He didn't give a cent of it to.
Not a single cent.
I mean, it's definitely bigger. Probably one night of that made more than the entire tour of Nick Mason's Saucer Full of Secrets.
Yeah,
like, he's the real underdog in all of this.
Oh, that's funny.
He doesn't even have internet.
Probably not, let alone access the website. He couldn't access that website from a public library.
Who's right, who's wrong? The debate rages.
To look into the future of us trying to access At the Gigs' massively successful website where we've done our solo work.
But Kieran, you've been out of it longer than you've been in it. You can't be on the website.
4 years, and we were doing it for only 3 years. But yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. So, speaking of access to websites, there's been news. I mean, if this isn't breaking the internet, I don't know what is. But Joe Rogan of the Joe Rogan podcast is moving his podcast exclusively to Spotify.
Yeah, like, holy shit, $100 million? Like, is that like
per episode
payment for eternal work? Presumably, it's for a certain amount of effort in the catalog and everything,
Yeah. I really wonder, like, how much is enough? Like, he doesn't he prefers doing comedy anyway. So, like, I don't know. like how much more money he needs from the podcast to have moved. But
Totally.
do you think
I've
it's
heard.
YouTube being complicated, like with when you show stuff and they copyright you and like
I know him and all of his buddies have been complaining about YouTube censorship and things like that, and
yeah,
I think they de-ad or they de-ad shows, or they flagged him for monetization. Any shows that curse within the first minute,
really okay,
which is obviously like a huge pain in the ass, right? So like,
yeah, like so, does
yeah,
that mean the sorry
sorry, no, go on, sorry. Does that mean?
um so does that affect cash flow, or do the sponsorships on the audio cover his money?
Yeah, I don't know. Like maybe they just don't make money from YouTube then, but they make money from their own advertisers on the actual thing. I read some optimistic projections of what Rogan makes per podcast, and like I
Mm,
think it's like 70 grand per
wow,
podcast. And like if he does 3 a week, that's what 210,000.
wow, Jesus, I mean like what is like what are his outgoing expenses at this point, like surely I don't know. If you have 5 cars, like, are you still buying cars? Like, how, like, he must be. Anyway, well, I mean, I'm happy for him. Good for him. But I
I mean,
just wonder, like, just how much would it be to be pulled away from
yeah,
for such
what's
a
the
change up?
he must love what he does, I guess.
Mm,
He's also like, I mean, he's got the UFC income, he has a stand-up comedy tour income, he's got,
yeah,
like, good lord, that man must just have the most money in the world.
he's got those
Richest
news
man in the
radio
world.
rebates.
Move out of the way, Bill Gates.
Yeah, well, I mean, more for us. YouTube is now free of all competition.
YouTube now, while we were second place before, we are now firmly first place. I don't know, gotten out of the way. You know what I hate? I hate people saying that Rogan sold out by moving to Spotify.
Yeah,
I'm like,
like,
since when is being a YouTube partner, that full of artistic integrity and merit?
no, yeah, I know. Like, yeah, it's so uncalled for.
It's not
I
like he
mean,
was doing it free on YouTube.
like maybe does Spotify get worse press for maybe the streaming not being lucrative for artists, but we're kind of
Yeah,
all sucked into these things, so none of them are moral. Like,
no, totally. I mean, that's it as well. Like, if he brings his viewers, he's worth it. Then I guess not to say that the artists aren't horrifically underpaid on it, but like with all due respect to a lot of the artists that are getting underpaid, they're not bringing in the kind of viewership that a Joe Rogan podcast gets.
yeah, I mean, he's only worth as much as he's worth. So
Yeah, yeah. Like I mean, he's not being underpaid. He's probably not even being over. He probably is being underpaid. He's probably being underpaid based on what he's going to bring into Spotify.
yeah,
Even at that astronomical number. I don't know.
the only thing I'm not looking forward to is like there's just all these there's all these platforms now. So I have the podcast app on the iPhone,
Yeah.
and then everything, more or less everything I want is there. But now I'm going to have to check Spotify to see if there's anything Rogan has that's interesting. So then I'm going to have to move out. Is this a thing where maybe like I'll just be moved completely over to Spotify's podcasts? Because there's just so much jumping back and forth. Maybe I'll just have to rebuild myself on their platform. But then it's like,
Apple
it's such a
Spotify.
chore. Like,
Yeah, what podcast apps do you have on your phone?
I just have all I have is the one that's built into the iPhone. It's that purple one. So that just comes with iPhones.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I think that comes with Androids too, maybe. Let me see.
But the
I mean,
Spotify one looks like fine. It's just it's the same with all these streaming services. Like I have Disney Plus just because I had this sort of craving for the Marvel movies, but I never really think of watching it now because I don't really the general content I'm not that excited for. But
yeah,
then
yeah.
you have Netflix, and then you have to watch something on Disney Plus. Then I sometimes just rent movies because neither of them have what I want, and it's just like Jesus. There's not one place anymore. It's kind of exhausting.
Yeah, no, no, totally. Yeah, it's like it's just I guess the choice, right? It's all over the place, and it's just much easier to just settle on something simple. That's why
Yeah,
it's to de-digitalize things, but it's just the way everything's moving.
unfortunately.
Yeah. At least the at the gigs, it's one episode per week. It's not overwhelming. Everybody can
No.
consume. That's it.
Yeah, no. Is this our is this the fourth or the fifth lockdown special?
Ooh, I think 4. I think we recorded 5.
Oh, we did. Yeah, cool.
The old lost tapes of at the gigs.
That'll be our record store day release.
Yes, yes, for sure. Which probably just unlistenable, but yeah, no, it would be cool to actually go through all those episodes. If only we kept any of them stored away on any kind of hard drive. I think they're all the lost tapes are gone. It'd be good to do like a compilation episode, the bloopers, which are probably.
Yeah.
I feel like we've let episodes out that were worse than some of the ones we recorded.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, there's that weird era with the glasses and
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't know what was going on then, but
Well, it was kind of it was just it was punk rock.
yeah. Yeah, well, that's kind of the news catch up anyway.
The up and down everything. Yeah, I think let me think. We got anything else? We had no prizes to give away this week. We gave that away. We need to get a new prize one of these days. As soon as
we're gonna have to give away something. Maybe I'll give away like an old guitar, but someone would have to listen. It'd have to be a stranger as well.
Unless you feel like giving away your Metallica hardwired to self-destruct CD. Mine's already gone, but it's just a lot. It's a lot. I have a feeling we might have the same winner again as well.
Yeah, maybe.
It's just giving away like. Yeah,
well, I mean, there's 80,000 people at that concert, and there's got to be the odds that someone else will want that album so badly. Oh wait, but all those.
They all got the album, see, by buying the ticket.
Jesus, 80,000. Wow, that is a lot of CDs.
You think they count that as album sales? That's so sneaky if they do.
I think we've got to segue into another topic.
Yeah, I think so. Fudge. Oh shit! Wait, there was actually controversy about people fudging album sales. Mm-hmm. Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande apparently bought their gold record.
Oh my god!
What is this? Hang on, I'll look this up now. Let me see. Justin Bieber. You know that rapper? I can't say his name, so I refuse to say it.
XXS.
No, the other guy though. Is it Tekashi 69 or 6?
Oh right, yeah. The other guy, I'm like XX Tentacion. Like I don't know.
Is he dead? I think he's dead, right?
He is dead. That's another thing. I didn't know anything about them, and then like there was one shot a week for like a year.
They're all fucking dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Takeshi. So you just 69, right? Not like 6'9", because his name's spelled weird. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, he claimed that the pop star's management bought 30,000 copies of their charity duet, denying him the #1 spot.
Oh, that's lame.
Apparently, there's some smoke to the fire. Not enough smoke for me to actually read into any article about it, but it is interesting how Metallica's album probably sold 80,000 extra ticket sales.
Yeah, it's a funny deal. Like how the album just isn't. It's so everything is so available. There's just such little value in it now.
Yeah. God, we're throwing out some big accusations there against Metallica. For the record, they probably didn't add them to their final sales numbers.
Please don't depose us.
No. I hope they won't. I feel like Hetfield would be a litigious kind of fella. Well, Lars is, right? Yeah,
the Napster thing. I mean, that's so funny how much shit he got for that. And now it's just how the world is.
Yeah. Well, you smell the smoke, and now, artists are being... Yeah, like now you can just download a song and you literally don't have to pay for it, bar like a monthly minuscule subscription.
Yeah.
And you can have everything. So
everything there ever was. Is there anything on your radar at the moment?
Oh, like new music.
Or anything that's new, old, anything that's you've been listening to regularly?
Jesus, what have I been listening to? Not really. I've been going through like the same, like just Apple Music workout playlist thing that I made myself. It's just I like go through the Stooges, Raw Power. I go through what else do I listen to? Lots of things. I've been listening to a lot of Henry Rollins' show though, which I think he stopped doing the Cool Quarantine. He's doing now just the KCRW weekly thing, I think. But it's still good. Like, it's essentially the same thing as a cool quarantine. It's just it's a different label.
Yeah, it's good.
So
I'm glad you stuck with it. I didn't follow up myself, but it's nice to tell someone something and it spreads.
you made one fan. It's funny the way he goes, "Hello, fanatic."
Yeah, yeah, I like his
Like,
turn of phrase.
it gets grating when you hear it like for the 20th time in like a minute of his thing. But apart from that, I like his monologues about bands and his relationship. And like it's cool the way he talks about it. It's like, I got my hands on a lovely piece of vinyl and everything. It's like,
Yeah,
that's just, nobody says
he's
that.
such a fan. Yeah, I
He's a
think Rogan
fan.
references his state of the art player all the time. Like it's like $250,000, like this
Do you think
speaker setup.
Rogan has a tuned ear to? I just picture him not knowing what he's talking about.
No, yeah, ignoramus. He does admit like I don't know what's going on with the fingers and all that, but
Oh, cool.
um,
What's
but
happening with the fingers? Yeah, but he
what
always.
me? Oh,
Sorry? Oh yeah, what is happening with the fingers?
oh, oh no, sorry, I wasn't looking for. No, this is a blister, and this is
Oh, okay.
from a bread knife. You know when the baguettes lose their softness, and then I was cutting and it's like, yeah, and then I was like, no.
That's crazy because I was like, gardening gig makes sense because
Hmm.
you're doing the gardening stuff, but it's nothing to do with that, I guess.
Well, this was from raking. It's a blister
Oh,
from yeah, but
that
yeah,
makes
all
sense.
bruised and battered, but
Jeez, yeah, no, I mean, I
still
hope you can
here.
still make it to the best of your abilities.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's
steady
good.
on.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
I've
Uh,
been listening. Yeah, I've been listening. I've actually had I've been falling into the Stones all of a sudden. Yeah, really enjoying them. I was I've been listening to this live album from 1978, live in Texas. It's from their Some Girls album, kind of the punk era. But yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's really live. It's Ronnie Wood's, I think, first studio album with them. I think he did something before, but it's him as the other guitar player, and yeah, it's great. It's just really punchy and precise, and I just love Keith Richards. He's such a great aura about him.
no, it's great. Would you have a song of the week off of that album that you might want to recommend to people?
Yeah, I would recommend Star Star. It's off Goat Head Soup. It's called Star Star, but the chorus is always I think lyrically it seems like it's to do with like a groupie, because the chorus is great. It's just like star fucker, star fucker, star fucker, star fucker, star. So
That's yeah.
it's good to hear that straight in the song. And just even the Rolling Stones doing an F word, I don't know, it just seems unusual. But I've been enjoying that one.
Yeah, it's weird. I always have it in my head that like profanity existed in songs specifically like when the parental advisory explicit content label was invented, and before that there was no F words in songs ever. But
Yeah,
of course there was, right?
yeah, yeah. I know what you mean though. It just seemed like it was like there was less swearing. People were
Seemed like there was
happier.
nothing and not a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they have that other song off Sticky Fingers called "Bitch," but I don't know if they say "bitch" that much in it. But
I guess yeah, but the title's a big. I guess parental advisory explicit content. Remember
yeah,
that little sign on?
oh, that
Is
was
that even on
terrible. Yeah,
anymore? I don't think it is.
yeah. I can't remember now in Tower Records if there was some kind of symboling, but yeah, it's so stupid. I think that was actually, I don't know if it was a Bush or a Reagan first lady, but that's when that
Yeah.
all started, and yeah, like the bands are really anti that, which is cool. That's something like I would have supported.
Not totally, but also like I mean, it was almost a badge of honor. But like I think about like what bands like have sworn since in songs, and like just the lame bands that would have gotten that sticker. Like think of Mumford and
Mhm.
Sons. You know that song, Little Lion Man. I really fucked it up this
Oh
time.
yeah, yeah.
And
Or
I'm like, thank God that label was out because that band did not deserve that cool label.
no,
They didn't
or
deserve one of those. It would have given them like an edge factor that they don't have. I don't know.
yeah, there's that song. Oh, like CeeLo Green, but it's like "Forget You," but it's actually "Fuck You."
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that has, I think it's maybe it's better with, I don't know if it's better with the swear word. It kind of has more bite. to it.
Yeah, yeah,
It's such a poppy song.
yeah.
But I didn't know that for years. I just thought it was "Forget You."
Yeah, and where was "Fuck You" even circulated? Was it on the album, or was it just a music video that you
Yeah,
can watch on?
yeah, I wonder now. Actually, I don't know if they maybe MTV After Hours.
Yeah, yeah. God, yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess it probably had some. Do any stations play music videos these days? Like, MTV
Yeah, I
probably
don't know.
does, but not like probably just Sam Smith 24/7 or some shit.
Yeah, I mean YouTube is so big now. I don't know.
So
Videos don't mean anything to me anymore. Like you can get a billion views on YouTube. It's like okay,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what to make of it.
yeah. No. Pearl Jam have been doing some kind of cool looking videos for the new album. You know what song I've been getting? Dance of the Clairvoyance is like growing on me every day.
Really?
Yeah, I've been like enjoying it more and more and more as the days progress. Like the
As
page goes
time,
on the it goes. But
is
no,
that the entire album or is that a song?
that's just the song. So the album's called Gigaton.
Yeah,
But I think
I still haven't listened to it.
I only listened to it like once, and I've heard the singles a few times. Yeah, no, I remember quite liking it. But yeah, that particular single though it's grown on me a lot. I didn't anticipate to like it as much as I did because when I heard it, it just seemed like such a reach into modernity or something. Like trying to
Mm,
be up with the times and their kind of
yeah,
dance beats and
virtual concerts and
yeah, all that. Travis Scott and Fortnite and all that. Had their properties
yeah,
all over the song, but yeah, no. Anyway, I recommend doing a deep dive into that song if you haven't already.
yeah. No, I think I'll give it another go.
Cool. Yeah, recommend it. Is
Um,
that all for everybody, or is that?
I think that's all for me.
That's all for me too. So I guess that's all from us.
Yeah, but we'll be here next week with another episode of At the Gig.
As always, yes. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
At the Gigs was recorded in front of no studio audience.